Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling, enjoying this beautiful Philadelphia weather on my lunch break, man. I figured I'd tap in with y'all real quick on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,100 mark, about to hit that 3,200 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. All right, y'all. I'm seeing that this JARON, ENNIS, and Canelo Alvarez sparring session is still a hot topic. It's still booming. A lot of people are, speaking on this situation, and as a result of that, I've had a lot of people message me and really just ask me what my thoughts are on JARON ENNIS heading over to Canelo Alvarez's camp, getting in some rounds with him, and if he's going against the code. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you didn't check out my lives, then I wouldn't expect you to know my answer. And, just a quick disclaimer for everybody that be on my channel. I be seeing the comments and stuff like that and what people be trying to insinuate. Bro, I'm not a spokesman for nobody. You see what I mean? Do I know JARON ENNIS? Yes, I do. Have I met him? Yes. Like, I've been in the gym with him? Yes. Yeah. That's very true. You know what I mean? But y'all take that as me being a spokesman for this guy, or I'm always going to be running to this guy's defense. Bro, I could be a part of the same gym as JARON ENNIS. If I feel like he did wrong about something, I'm going to call it out. You see what I mean? I hold everybody accountable, whether it's a close friend, mother, father, girlfriend, whatever it is, fighter. Like, it don't matter, grandmother. I'm going to always call it out. You know what I mean? Because I want people to do the same for me. So that's the first thing. And in terms of how I feel about this whole situation right here with JARON ENNIS, I thought he did something that was beneficial to him. You see what I'm saying? JARON ENNIS, for those of y'all who don't know, he has historically had trouble getting work, quality work, world-class work. You see what I'm saying? He sparred guys like the J-Rocks and stuff like that. He sparred a few solid fighters for Philadelphia, but in terms of getting like those world-class looks that like experience, like things you can't buy for real, like that type of work, he hasn't been able to do so, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been discouraged from sparring him just based off of like his history of, just outclassing guys, dominating guys, beating guys up, whatever the case is. So he took an opportunity that maybe that he probably will never get again. You know what I mean? One of these once in a lifetime opportunities. We know that Canelo Alvarez probably has the best resume in boxing right now. This dude has been pro since he was 15 years old. Fought like top tier fighter after top tier fighter, regardless of what stage they were in. Man, this dude has experience that not many people in the sport of boxing have right now. You see what I mean? Like, we could just run it down. Miguel Cotto, Triple G 3 times, Austin Trout, Erislandy Lara, James Kirkland, Carlos Baldomir, Josecito Lopez. Like, all of that experience adds up. And I'm not even talking about the 168 run that he had. Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Jermel Charlo. Like, this dude done fought everybody and they fucking mom. And we know that Canelo Alvarez, he got more years behind him than he has ahead of him. He talks about retirement here and there, and when people start to talk about that, that means that it's becoming more realistic. So JARON ENNIS did something that was beneficial for him because, for one, he's getting some quality work. He's getting a look that he's probably never seen before thus far in his professional career, you know what I mean, in the ring or sparring. And it's going to give him a good, like, measuring stick on where he's at this point of his career. You see what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about how, you know what I mean, JARON ENNIS is specifically doing this for Canelo. That's furthest from the case, because as far as I'm concerned, JARON ENNIS ain't no motherfucking sparring partner. This is a former unified world champion who's looking to conquer the 154-pound division. You see what I'm saying? So he doesn't have the mindset of a sparring partner. Sparring partners are people who get paid more for sparring than they do in their actual fights. You know what I'm saying? So, like, cut the bullshit. You know what I mean? Now, wait, let me go furthermore. JARON ENNIS, like I said, he's doing something that's beneficial for his career. He's getting work that he'll probably never be able to get again, because, like I said, Canelo Alvarez is like the last of, that previous era that pretty much done fought everybody, been at the top of the sport for a long ass time, longevity in the game and all that stuff. And you know what I mean? Him sparring a bigger guy in Canelo Alvarez is going to get him ready for fighting guys that are in the heavier division, aka 154 pounds. And Canelo Alvarez, y'all said it out your own mouth, is a natural 154 pounder. So why wouldn't he take that opportunity? But anyways, let's talk about this code that JARON Ennis don't win against. I'm seeing Terrence Crawford's team come out, you know, Bernie the boxer, little dick riding ass. Y'all already know how I feel about dude. He's a fucking weirdo. Don't ever come, like, he be struggling to give other motherfuckers credit, you know what I mean? Especially if they, you know, competitors to Terrence Crawford, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? He's historically went out of his way to hate on Boots. Just because Boots' name got attached to Terrence Crawford as he climbed up the ranks and stuff like that. And especially after the IBF situation at welterweight, where they stripped Terrence Crawford and gave it to JARON Ennis, they've been salty ever since then. You see what I mean? And this is exactly why, and that just goes to prove my point further. When I came out with the live and said, what type of loyalty does JARON Ennis need to give Terrence Crawford and them? Because I told y'all from the very beginning that Crawford team don't fuck with JARON Ennis. And I'll give y'all multiple examples. Had Bomac on my channel. Said he don't bring nothing to the table. I seen Bomac said that he get touched up too much. He not ready for Bud and all this stuff. And that's what they supposed to say. You know what I mean? That's what they supposed to say. Bud is their guy. But it's like, let's stop acting like Boots deserve any type, like he deserves to give. Let's not act like Terrence Crawford deserves loyalty from JARON Ennis. You feel what I'm saying? So, all of a sudden, people talking about this code thing, this, because JARON Ennis gave a Mexican some work to get ready for a black fighter, you know, he's a sellout, man, and all of a sudden, everybody out here acting like motherfucking Dr. Umar. Y'all niggas out here acting like Frederick Douglass. You know what I mean? Y'all just so, like, y'all so pro-black now. I just find it to be so funny because a lot of the fighters that these guys be bashing and criticizing happen to be black fighters. You know what I mean? Y'all rarely give black fighters the benefit of the doubt. You see what I mean? Y'all never, ever, y'all rarely have anything positive to say about these black fighters. Y'all was over here just criticizing JARON Ennis because Turkey Al-Sheikh said that JARON Ennis wanted to take two tune-ups. Whole time he about to fight a top 10 contender in the 154-pound division. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I posed the question to everybody in the chat, and I said, since when has this black code ever been issued in the sport of boxing? Since when did black fighters avoid sparring other people to protect other black fighters? Like you've never seen that happen. And I'll give you guys multiple examples of that. We could bring it to more recent times. You know, Guillermo Rigondeaux and Vasyl Lomachenko, they were ready to fight each other. Shakur Stevenson, who was a black man, got Vasyl Lomachenko ready. It became a chief sparring partner for Vasyl Lomachenko to get ready for Guillermo Rigondeaux, who is a black fighter, regardless of whether he speaks Spanish or not. You see what I mean? We could go even further back than that. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, that was like the top selling pay-per-view fight for a long time before Floyd went and broke that record multiple times. Shane Mosley, who was at the top of his pot, like at his peak at the time, went over to Oscar De La Hoya and gave him work to get ready for Floyd Mayweather. That people come out and say that Shane Mosley went against the code at that time. You ain't hear none of that. Did anybody criticize Shakur Stevenson for getting work for Vasyl Lomachenko? Giving Vasyl Lomachenko work to get ready for Guillermo Rigondeaux? Absolutely not. We applauded Shakur Stevenson for going into that camp and making a name for himself against Vasyl Lomachenko. You see what I'm saying? We applaud. I mean, I would give Shane Mosley credit for, you know, deciding to spar Oscar De La Hoya when he could have easily said, oh, I'm not a sparring partner, and fuck Oscar, and then just go about his way. No, he actually got the work because he's learning. He's looking to perfect his craft. He loves the competitiveness, and that's what we like as boxing fans. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's clear that, you know, back in the days, there was no fucking code where black fighters couldn't help fighters get ready for another black fighter. We ain't hear that back when Shakur was sparring Vasyl Lomachenko, but all of a sudden it wants to be brought up now. Let's just call it what it is, man. It's a lot of y'all dudes in the building that are fans of Terrence Crawford, and I am a fan of Terrence Crawford too, but y'all the type fans that because y'all fans of Terrence Crawford, you think that everybody else is a op, aka JARON Ennis. Y'all fear JARON Ennis. JARON Ennis has been attached to Terrence Crawford's name multiple times in the past, and y'all have done everything in y'all power to shit on JARON Ennis. And this is just another angle that y'all using to continue to push those bullshit narratives about JARON Ennis. JARON Ennis did a brilliant thing for his career. He went and got work that he probably wouldn't be able to get nowhere else in the boxing game. You see what I mean? And all it's going to do is it's going to help him grow and develop as a fighter. You know what I mean? Reassure himself, you know what I mean? Build on top of his confidence and just add more experience to his toolbox. You see what I mean? So when I be seeing these people come out here and say, oh, he's going up against the black coach, it's like, bro, that shit ain't never been established with any other fighter except JARON ENNIS. So miss me with the bullshit. If y'all gonna be consistent with that point, make sure y'all consistent with that point moving forward. And maybe y'all might see a change, but don't be conditional on when and when not you want to be pro-black. You feel what I mean? And I come, and look, my ancestors are black. I tell y'all guys all the time, I come from African ancestry, Puerto Rican. But for those of y'all who know who Puerto Ricans come from, there's nothing else that needs to be explained. You know what I mean? I love my black people. I support my black people to the fullest. You know what I mean? And I've always defended black fighters when they was getting attacked by racist media outlets and you know, racist boxing fans overall. You see what I mean? So y'all could check my track record and all that. All of that shit remains true. And this is another thing that I wanted to bring up before I get up out of here, man. Sparring Canelo, Boo's sparring Canelo 3 weeks away from the fight, it's not going to change the outcome of this fight whatsoever. You see what I mean? And it will have very little significance on how the way the fight plays out. Because for one, you know what I mean, Canelo Alvarez has his flaws. Terence Crawford has multiple approaches that he could take that Canelo Alvarez has to be prepared for. And to be honest with you, you know, besides being switch hitters and you know, having like good finishing abilities, Terence Crawford and JARON ENNIS aren't exactly alike. You know what I mean? JARON ENNIS is not going to give Canelo the same look that Terence Crawford is going to give him the night of the fight. That's just not the reality. You feel what I'm saying? And another thing, if anything, JARON ENNIS might be doing Terence Crawford a favor, because if JARON ENNIS turns up and beats up on Canelo Alvarez in these sparring sessions, Canelo Alvarez might leave some fight in the gym, and that'll make it easier for Terence Crawford to accomplish his ultimate goal, which is winning. But y'all don't think that objectively, because y'all want to continue to push these bullshit narratives, these negative narratives on black fighters. If y'all gonna be pro-black, make sure y'all give black fighters the benefit of the doubt and don't shit on them. I just find it very ironic that y'all pushing these pro-black, you know, stances, yet y'all shitting on a black fighter in the meanwhile, calling him a sellout and all type of shit when he's just trying to do something that's beneficial for his career. And as far as I've understood, Terence Crawford's team never fucked with JARON, and they never gave him no opportunities. They never had a relationship. So why does he deserve to give him loyalty? Just off of the fact that he black? I never heard y'all push them narratives till now. So that's my overall take on this situation, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, signing off. I hope you have a blessed, beautiful one, man. Peace.